bust. I told that baby go bust, 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 bust.
Cool. So next up, now we're gonna talk about Schoolboy Q. Cause now we about to break the bank. Doom, 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 doom. Money be on my mind. You was talking like sounded like daddy-do. You guys remember Schoolboy Q, man? What a legend. I remember his album Oxymoron, one of the best albums to come out, man. I think it was 2016, yeah? I think maybe 2016, 2017, but yeah, it was that time when hip-hop was really at the forefront. It was fire. I think it's just crazy. I was listening to Schoolboy Q in high school and shit, man. So I just want to find out when Oxymoron came out. Oxymoron, sorry. Give me a sec. 24, even earlier than that, 2014. The deluxe came out in 2014. That's crazy. And it had Break the Bank, Collard Greens with Kendrick, and yeah, I think those are the only two I know. And Man of the Year, yeah. But dope ass album, man. Dope ass. So yeah, we're talking about Schoolboy Q. He's here with Kevin Hart, and on this podcast, guys, I don't know how many shows does Kevin Hart have? Does he need? Does he want? I don't know. This nigga is just everywhere, bro. He's got a new show. It's called Gold Mines with Kevin Hart. I swear I just saw this nigga having that show where he's on the ice and the niggas jump in the ice bucket and then they talk and shit like that. And then he's got the other show where they trying, I don't know if it's wine or whiskey or I don't know, they have a sommelier in there and crazy thing. It's like, jeez, man, how much Kevin Hart does a nigga need? Like, that's crazy. But anyway, he's here talking to Schoolboy Q, and Schoolboy Q is shouting about he's coming up, working with TDE, working with Kendrick and all of that. And interesting, he tells his story and he says, he wasn't that interested in rap like that. He wasn't even that good, to be honest, but he just kept doing it over and over and trying and doing it, and that's how he got to where he is. So interesting. Let's let him chop it up.
Try things, right? And no camaraderie. And so I met TDE, Kendrick, J-Rock, Absol, Ali, Top Punch, Day Free, Soundwave, right? I meet these guys and they were working every day, dude. Like, you just imagine you just have this whole undisciplined life besides sports. I was disciplined in sports, but anything else I really wasn't disciplined in. And then they just throw you into this like serious situation. Then everybody's serious and you're like kind of not. And then every day I just kept showing up. Punch kept telling me, come back. I wasn't that good, but he just kept saying, come back. And I just kept coming back. And next thing you know, I never left. And literally, like, I'm here now. But I just never gave up, kept trying. And the fuel that Kendrick, J-Rock, and Absol gave me, like, I don't know, that's athlete in me. It was just like, no, I gotta compete. I gotta try. I have to keep going. And 3 years passed and I'm sleeping on the couch, like, cause I want to use the mic. And cause I know Kendrick gonna be pulling up. He went home, J-Rock went home, blah, blah, blah. I ain't really got nowhere to stay. So I'm gonna just sleep on the couch. So I can just wake up and get to the mic first. You know what I'm saying? I just kept waking up, getting to the mic first. My manager will tell you, like, I was like, I never left the block. Like we was talking before, I never leave the house. Like, I never left the block where the studio was at. Like, I was there. And I worked every single day, 365. Even my daughter that I just had, I was raising her in the studio.
Isn't it
every single day?
Isn't it crazy? Like when that gear, right? Yeah. That gear that you don't know that you have, or you've seen glimpses of, or you're talking about sport.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. I wanted to say, there's this perception when it comes to, especially like people who are talented, especially artists, musicians, stuff like that. There's this perception that, it's all talent. Like, niggas are you either born with it and you got it, or you just don't. You know what I mean? But people don't really speak about the artists, the rappers, the writers who actually have to build that talent, who actually have to, get from here amateur to fucking pro by putting in the hours, putting in the work, writing, making 100,000 songs, doing all this type of shit, producing, making beats, all of that. Nobody actually speaks about the road. They always like to make artists as if they like demigods and they were just born like this, like Drake just woke up one morning and decided to write 8 a.m. in Charlotte type vibe. It's like, nah, but that's not the reality. Like, the reality is a lot of these artists, as they're in the spotlight, as they're doing this shit, they're also developing the skill. So it's not like they're 100% there yet, but they're also developing skill and they're also getting better and they're putting in the work, Most importantly is that they're putting in the work. And I think that's what a lot of people need to understand, a lot of upcoming artists, a lot of just people in general. It's like, you're not going to be fucking the greatest at something your first try, your second try, your third try, your 100,000th try, like, you got to keep doing it. You got to keep putting in the work. So you can reach that, 10,000 hours, as they say, or so you can reach that status where you know what you're doing, you get at what you're doing, and you've put in the work. And so I applaud Schoolboy Q for actually, being honest like that. And because most of these artists come in lie and say like, nah, nigga, I had it from a young jit, nigga. I was right. Like, no, you're lying. You're not that good, bro. You have to keep on practicing. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Sports. Clearly, I can relate. You see my physique. So as we talk about sports, you talk about the high level of love attached to sports. I mean, that's one thing. Is like when you love something, there's a gear that presents itself that you're able to tap into, right? And for some reason, the things you don't love, you're never able to tap into that fucking gear. It's a struggle to get into the level of care, to get into the level of try, to get into the level of like, this is all that I got. Here's all my energy. But when you got that thing that you say, this is interesting, this I like, and then you tap into that hunger, that added like space in place of hunger, where you don't take no for an answer, where it's all or nothing. For you, when rap presented that, like early on when you said like I'm sitting on the couch, like this is all I wanted to get to the mic. When you weren't as good as the rest, was the hunger just based off I gotta catch up? Or was it because I felt like I can be better? What do you think the fuel was to the fire at that point for you?
It's weird. I really don't know.
Yeah.
It was just like, and plus they were encouraging me, dude. Like because they knew I was trash, right? So anytime I would do like something that was kind of good, they would like, yo, that, you know what I'm saying? Like that part was like, oh, that was hard when you hit right there, but they wouldn't really talk about the rest of the verse or talk about the rest of the song, but they'd just like throw that detail right there. So you just like, it's like, you just like kind of picking up these little pieces. And I just kept going, bro. They fueled me, bro. Like Dot made me his hype man too. He like, yo, be my hype man. And it was just like, yo, I have to do this. Like I have to do it. It was just, I don't know. I couldn't like not do it.
What do you think?
I was possessed, honestly.
What do you think it was that basically set the light bulb off for improvement? Like what was the thing that clicked me? You was like, oh shit, this is good. This is my version of good. This is where I need to be. I did a Black Hippie. We did a freestyle. It's called Scenario. You can probably look it up on YouTube. That was my first good verse. And I like kind of rapped it like Busta Rhymes almost. And everybody in the studio all knew that day. I swear we all knew that I broke through whatever I wasn't breaking through, if that makes sense. We all knew it that day in the studio. I can tell you, Soul can tell you, J-Rock can tell you, like, bro, that day, I knew it too. Once I got out the booth, I'm like, oh shit, it was just something like I did it. Like I actually put it together well. And it's still not the best, but it was just one of those breakthrough moments. And I knew nobody can fuck with me from that point. That was 2000, I had to be like 9 or 10 where I broke through. And it was just like, yeah, nobody can fuck with me. That was it. When you look back now, right? Like you mentioned TDE, you just ran down the list of all parties involved, right? Right now you're in 2024.
Yeah.
You're talking about 2009 when you broke through. Okay, but then you're really talking about 2005, 2006 at the start of it all, right? When you look back now, you're almost 20 years in the game.
Yeah.
Do you realize what you guys
Schoolboy Q's got 20 years in the game. It's crazy, man.
Do you realize the foundation of an entity, a brand that you have built in the business of entertainment, especially in rap and hip hop for the West Coast and represents the West Coast, multiple artists that have come out that are flourishing and doing amazing things. Like, do you guys do you talk about it, or is it the elephant in the room?
We never talk about it really. It's just like one of those things, like we just woke up and now we're just here. Like we worked so hard. Like we never had time to talk about it. We just, recently we just did the show together and we kind of talked about it, but even then we really didn't talk about it. Like it's just something like, I don't know. We just I never really looked at it like that either too. I know we did. I know we're like one of them ones.
Well, what do you mean? It's bigger than one of them ones. Like at this point,
all right, Kevin, you're talking too much. But yeah, no, that's pretty dope, man. That's really great. Schoolboy actually had a show in Canada and supposedly some more Drake goonies decided to cancel it or whatever. I don't know. This whole Drake Kendrick beef is just getting out of control now. It's getting boring. I don't lie. It's getting boring. It's getting overrated. The songs, the diss tracks, even like I've worn out the fucking diss tracks at this point. You know what I mean? I've probably played Family Matches 100 times. I've probably played Not Like Us 101 times. So it's just like, oh man, I'm really tired. I don't lie, I'm really tired. That's why when these small minor things are happening, like I don't really feel the need to cover it, because it's just like I feel a lot more minor things that cover. It's just like if you're gonna cover everything, man, you're just gonna exhaust yourself in these petty things. So I'm waiting for the big moments. Are they gonna diss each other again? Are they what? More diss tracks, what? All these other petty stuff, and just I'm not for that, man. I don't like mess. But yeah, anyway, that was a side note. Shout out to Schoolboy Q, man. He's actually got his new project out, came out a few months ago. It's called Blue Lips, which is really dope. I haven't listened to it as yet, but I will, and you should too. So yeah, shout out to Schoolboy, man. Legend. It's great to see he's still doing Staying, all of that. And yeah, he's looking great, man. He's lost a bit of weight, because the last time I listened to him, Oxymoron, a little bit chubby. But yeah, that's dope. Shout out to Kevin Hart and his 501 shows that he has. Let's move on, man. Jeez.